Hello again, budget friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Bailey Budgets, and today we are emptying what's left in my wallet, refilling it for the next 2 weeks, and stuffing my savings envelopes. How's your week been? Mine's been pretty uneventful. Coming up in the next week, I do have a birthday party for one of my cousins who's turning 5. I think I'm making chocolate cupcakes for that. I'm not entirely sure that's what we started with, but tastes change over hours, not even days, hours. I also have my volunteer bake for a local nonprofit. I've been supplying treats for this agency for a couple of years now. Just kind of a way to give back to the community. Still not sure what I'm making for that, but I should have that figured out by Tuesday. And then I also have to go into the office this week as part of my work from home requirement. That'll be on Friday. We're going to have like lunch with those of us that have to be in there. We kind of coordinated all of our schedules so as many of us could be there at one time as possible on my team. And then I'll have to do that at least once more this quarter. So let's get into the episode. I have Mr. Piggy out, and I actually have a new friend joining him. Mr. Penguin, I don't know, I haven't given him a name yet. But right now, he is empty. So we're gonna just scoot him off camera. Say goodbye. I will probably start using that one once Mr. Piggy is full. From my wallet this week, I have $13.92 left over. That's right here. So Mr. Piggy is getting the change. And then at the end of the year, I'll probably wait until the end of the year, the beginning of next year, to actually empty the pig and the penguin, depending on where we get to. If they're both full before the end of the year, I will put them into another jar or something else, and then we'll just count it all up at the end of the year / beginning of next year. And then, like I said, $13 and the change is already in there. So this is going to be set aside for the moment, and we will get to that shortly. From my paycheck, I pulled out $150 from the bank. I also went to the grocery store this morning and got $20 in cash back just to boost my wallet a little. I do have to grab a birthday present, so I wanted to have a little bit extra. Altogether, I should have $170, so let's make sure that's all here. 20, 40, 60. Let me get some, I love this stuff. These bills are a little soft and want to stick together. It's the Sort Quick. If you guys watch any other budgeting channels, Black and Blue, and I will try and remember to leave her link down below. She sells these, she blings them out and then sells them in her her shop, but I just grabbed mine from Walmart, so it's definitely helpful when you have a lot of bills or you have bills that want to stick together. So we had 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So $170 all here. I'm going to move the pig off screen and then move my bills over. So hopefully this can all get in camera again. So I did a bill swap after my last video. When I go through my envelopes, you'll definitely see a difference. I don't think I'm going to do as large of a bill swap the next time I do it. I did take $800 in all denominations after condensing and swapping out my envelopes. And then the teller wanted my name or my account number, which I guess is okay, but I don't really know why. I didn't ask her either, so let me find. Oh, I lost my breakdown here. 1 second. I'm completely lost today. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. What a way to start a video. Whatever. I kind of know what my breakdown is, just off the top of my head. It's just gonna drive me crazy that I lost it and I don't know where it went. So I'm gonna put 30 into my mortgage payoff. So let me pull that up here. From last week I have 1, 52, 53, 54, 50, 470. So I'm adding 30, and that will get us to a nice even $500. 1, 52, 53, 54, 50, 70, 90, 500. Oh, feels really good to have this set aside to pay off my small mortgage. If you're not sure what I'm talking about and you're new here, go back and check. It might be my first video or my second video. I kind of talk about what I'm doing with this envelope, but wow, that's exciting. Next up is car maintenance, and I believe I am putting 10 in here. Let me grab that. $51, $20. Oops, put that in the right order. $51, $20, $35, $36, $37, $138. For my emergency savings challenge, I'm also putting just 10. So that now has 1, 52, 53, $310. How many of you have an emergency savings, and how often, if ever, do you use it? Do you get up to like your goal amount? Let's say mine's $1,000, and then move it into a different savings fund? Do you save it and actually use it as an emergency? Let me know what you think or what you do with yours if you have one. Next, I'm adding to vacation. That is getting, hold on, without my slip, I'm like lost. That is getting 5. I know what I got here, my denominations. I remembered why. So vacation now has 51, 5, 110. Holidays / Christmas was also getting 5. So I now have 1, 20, 40, 45, 150 saved for Christmas and or other holidays. Feels pretty good to have that much saved, even though it's not one of my higher priorities right now. Next I have my 50 envelope savings challenge. So I'm actually gonna pull that slip here. I am filling in just one of the squares or diamonds here. Honeycomb, that's what it's called. I picked $11 today, so that's what is going in here. There we go. Let me stick that back in there. This still has an IOU in it for money that is owed to me from a family member, which I am definitely going to be talking to that person this weekend. Because yeah, it's time. I need to start getting paid back. So that money I set aside for my wallet, I'm just grabbing a 1 from there and then the 10 from my paycheck. And we add everything in here. So we now have 1, 50, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 195 in 50 envelope savings challenge. Quarter savings we're gonna get back to, and then heads or tails I will get back to because I do have that left over from my wallet this week. So I'm gonna put this aside for now, and then we'll move on to my pink binder. Excuse me, I am so sorry about that. Right, in my pink binder, we're starting out with my bills. Man, sign that piece of paper. I want to make sure I get everything. I'm going to go in reverse order because I do know a couple of things here. So let me start with my housing envelope, which is both interior and exterior maintenance. am adding 5 to each of these. That's kind of been my custom. If you remember from last video, I had a ton of singles in here, so this is one of the envelopes I condensed and took that money out and back to the bank and got some bigger bills. So now I have 20, 45 for interior, and then yard maintenance, also adding 5, so that clears that out. And same amount, 45. All right, let me see if I can get this guy back in here. Gotcha, I threw that piece of paper away. Oh my goodness. Let's see, we've got, so this and this and that. So everything else, I believe, is 10. So we'll just go back here to bills. This is, I started my bills envelope originally to try and get a month ahead on everything. I think my monthly bills are I want to say like 1,200-ish. Some of the, so I have like a shared cell phone plan, and I pay it, but some of it I get money back from the people whose phones I also pay for. So, yeah, I'll get a number for you guys, and I'll give you that, what my monthly bills are. That's going to include, my mortgage payments, insurance, the cell phones, electricity, etc. So I'm just adding 10 to that this week. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 310. If I can get this open again. Goodness gracious, what is going on? Probably this weather. We're in, as I've said before, I'm in the Midwest, so I think we're like in second winter or whatever it is. Like, literally have 13 seasons. It's a running joke. But yeah, it was snowing this morning. From my last video, I said, oh, it was such a beautiful week. Well, now we're back to whatever. It's like winter. Savings is also getting 10. I did not get any money from my son this week. He still owes me 50 from this envelope, for what I paid towards his new phone. So, it is what it is. Like, my son works in retail, so he doesn't get a big paycheck, which, I mean, I feel like I'm in the same boat some weeks, but, he gets paid weekly. I get paid every other week. So, and if he doesn't get a lot of hours, he doesn't get as much money, which means he needs money for gas, and he needs money to make his car payment and, you know, whatever he does to live, to have fun when he's not working. So savings, like I said before, this is for a Roth or some kind of long-term savings. I now have 1, 2, oh my gosh, bills in the wrong order again. What the heck? 1, 2, 10, 20, 1, 225. $225. Man, come on, brain, get it together. My car envelope, this is going to be for like a new car. I may at some point just transfer this over to my car maintenance. But we'll see, you know, kind of play that month by month, whether or not I'm ready to get a new car, or if my current car decides it wants to not cooperate. So I now have 50, 1, 20, 30, 40, 145 towards a newer car. And my debt payoff envelope is getting the last 10 from that, which now has 51, 10, 115. And this one has an IOU in it as well from my son. That's again for his phone. And then my last envelope in this one is just that personal envelope, kind of like extra money. I'll give that a count. So 20, 30, 31, 32. I'm not adding anything to this. I actually probably should take out of it, because I did go and grab some dinner last night. and put that on my debit card. So I don't know, whatever. So then the last 50 here, that's gonna go in my wallet for like my 2-week spend. You know, whatever. If I want to get a coffee, or which I probably will on Friday when I have to go into the office, I'll stop and get a coffee on the way. You know, if I go out to dinner, like I said, birthday present, that sort of thing will come out of here. I do leave, like, grocery money is actually in my bank account. So usually just, you know, swipe my debit card and keep track of it on a spreadsheet. So we're gonna go back into the green envelope here and into quarter savings. So I have the $12. I am going to add 2 of the dollars in here, and I'll color in 2 circles. Each one of these represents $1 instead of saving the actual quarters in an envelope like this. And I'm going to pull that money out and put these in here. So I now have 21, 2, 23, 24, 25, $26 saved for quarters. Which, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to, you know, get to a certain dollar amount and pull it out, or if I want to fill up the whole tracker that I have here. We'll see. Heads or tails? So let me grab my quarter. So this, I found this online, just like Google searched savings challenges, and I found this. So I actually put my own dollar amount. So if it lands on heads, it's $1. If it lands on tails, it's 5. I started out using, I think I started out using a quarter, and then the second week I went to maybe a dime, and it landed on heads, and I'm like, okay, let's flip again, because I'm like $1, whatever, and it landed on heads again. So I ended up doing 5 flips with a dime. It landed on heads every single time. Is this rigged? I mean, is it just the way that the coins are, like there's more weight on one side versus the other? I don't know. I have $10. Let's do 2 flips and see what we get. So here we go. Landed on tails. Tails is 5, so we'll be able to take that out of here. And one more flip. Landed on heads, so that's $6. Let's see if I can make change out of this. I cannot. I don't know if I have change anywhere since I took it all to the bank. Ha ha ha. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll take that out of holidays. Put that in here. And then I'll take that, and I'll put that in. All right, so 5, 6, that leaves me with $4. Let me put that 6 in here. So I now have 26 in that challenge. If you got any fun challenges you want me to try, I would gladly take your suggestions and take a look. If you have, you know, somebody on Etsy or another YouTuber that makes the challenges. I do make some trackers on Etsy, and they are for sale, but they're all downloadable. So maybe check them out. So on this one, we're gonna do a tails, and I'll do a heads. I haven't been doing this one weekly or even bi-weekly, but it's only a 20-week challenge from what I found, so excuse me, I am still fighting this cold. Like 3 weeks now. I've had this. It's just all still. Most of it's gone. Just every once in a while I have that cough. I think I will take these 4 and I'll just put them in that personal envelope. If I do need something like additional groceries or something like that, I'll be able to just pull it out of here. So 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 36. That way I don't have to like deplete my bank account by, you know, or if I just kind of go over on my spending out of my wallet, and I need some to get me through to the next payday, which will not be until May now, I can pull it out of there. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you give me a like and subscribe, and then share it with your friends. I have been sharing it myself, and you know, still waiting to see those numbers, but we'll get there eventually. Thank you. Bye.